For today's independent math task, you'll need three materials. You'll need a pencil, a blank sheet of paper, and some colored pencils, crayons, markers, or whatever coloring tools you have around. If you need to go gather those materials, pause the video, go find those things, and come back when you're all set. All right, so you should have gathered your materials by now. Remember, you needed to have a pencil, you needed to have some coloring tools, and you needed to have a blank sheet of paper. So I have a blank sheet of white paper because we have a whole bunch of blank white paper in our classroom. But if you don't at home and you need to use a different color, that is totally fine. If you only have scratch pieces of paper with things on the back side, that is also totally fine. Whatever you need to do, as long as it is a blank sheet on one side, could be binder paper, whatever you need, okay? So with this blank sheet of paper, you're actually going to partition it into fourths. So I'm just going to start by folding my sheet of paper into halves horizontally, okay? So I make my crease nice and straight, and then I open it up. Okay, so then I have two shares, and then I actually need four, so I'm going to go ahead and fold it now vertically. You could have left it folded and then folded it again. It wouldn't have changed the number of shares that you got at the end. All right, so it's not perfect, but it will work. So you should have a blank sheet of paper with four equal shares now. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through each square and you're going to label number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll snap a picture so that you can see what I mean, and you'll see it in the next slide. So this is a sample of a sheet of paper that's been partitioned into 4 equal parts, and in the top left corners of each box, I labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, this is a vertical version. Some of you might have done it horizontally, in which case your sheet of paper will look more like this one. Notice that each square is still labeled with the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the top left-hand corner, and it doesn't matter if you did it vertically or horizontally, either way is going to work just perfectly for this activity. Okay, so now that you have partitioned your sheet of paper into 4 equal shares and you've labeled them 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with your independent math task. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you directions, and in each box you're going to do one of the tasks. So by the end of the task, all 4 boxes should have something in them, okay? So listen closely. You're looking for box number 1. So the box that you labeled with the number 1, find that box. All right, now using a pencil, draw a circle and partition it into 2 equal parts. So using a pencil, draw a circle with 2 equal parts. When you're all set, using whatever coloring tool you have near you, shade half of the circle. I'm going to move on to section 2, but if you need to pause the video to finish number 1 up, that is totally fine. Just push play when you're all set. Okay, so in box number 2, so find the box that you labeled with the number 2, you're going to draw a rectangle with 4 equal parts. So go ahead using your pencil and draw a rectangle with 4 equal parts. Using whatever coloring tool you have in front of you, shade in 4/4 of the rectangle. Go ahead and shade in 4/4 of the rectangle. And then picking up that pencil again, go ahead and write how much of the rectangle is shaded. So remember, when I ask you to write how much of a shape is shaded, you're writing it as a fraction. So in other words, write the fraction to show how much of the rectangle is shaded. All right, and then moving to box number 3. So find the box with the number 3 label. And in that box, you're going to use your pencil to draw a square and then partition it into 4 equal parts. So draw a square and partition it into 4 equal parts. When you're all set, pick up whatever coloring tool you have in front of you and shade a 1/4 of the square in. Shade a 1/4 of the square in. All right, and then moving to box number 4, so the box with the number 4 label. You're going to draw a circle with 3 equal parts. So draw a circle with 3 equal parts. Don't forget to use your pencil for this part. All right, and then you're going to use your coloring tool to shade in 3/3 of the circle. So shade in 3/3 of the circle. And then with your pencil, I want for you to write the fraction to show how much of the circle is shaded. So write the fraction that shows how much of the circle is shaded. Now, I'm wondering, can you actually write that fraction in another way? Is there another way that you can write that fraction? Maybe as a whole number. And if you know what I'm talking about, I want for you to go ahead and write the other way to show how much of the circle is shaded. All right. So if you've done all of those 4 sections, all you're going to do to turn this into me is you're going to snap a photo, and then you're going to post that photo onto Seesaw. I will see it there. Can't wait to see how you did on this math task. All right, see you later.